Hello and welcome to 5th grade math module 2. My name is Mr. Kissinger. I'm a teacher at the Syracuse Academy of Science and Citizenship in Syracuse, New York. This is the video for module 2, lesson 1. In today's lesson, we're going to learn to multiply multi-digit whole numbers and multiples of 10 using place value patterns and the distributive and associative properties. It says fill in the blanks using your knowledge of place value, units, and basic facts. So we take 23 times 20. Think 23 ones times 2 tens equals how many tens? So we'll take 23 ones which we could also express as 23 times 1. And we're going to multiply by 20, which is 2 tens, or 2 times 10. Now, let's make things a little bit easier for us. We're going to move these around using the associative property of multiplication, which says it doesn't matter which order we multiply in. So we'll do 23 times 2, and then we'll do 10 times 1. So 23 times 2, we will get 46 times 10 times 1, which is just 10. So how many tens do we have? 46 times 10, or 46 tens. And then what is 46 times 10? 46, and we have a 0 on the end to make it 460. Now let's try another problem using some larger numbers. We'll do this letter F here, 500 plus 600. So we know that 500 plus 600, or excuse me, 500 times 600 is 5 hundreds times 6 hundreds. So we'll use this space right down here to show our work. We could do 5 times 100 times 6 times 100. Now let's move these around to make them a little bit easier for us. With two numbers, do we know the product? We do 5 times 6. And then we'll do 100 times 100. Five times 6 equals 30. And then 100 times 100, well, if we do 100, and then we add 2 more zeros, because we're multiplying by 100, we have 10,000. So just because we're working with a bigger number doesn't mean our rules don't still apply. We can use the same pattern we used up in letter A. We're going to do 30 times 10,000 to the end to multiply by 10,000. And we end up with 300,000. So 500 times 600 is 300,000. Now let's try a problem with some really big numbers. So we'll do 71,800 times 2,000. Now that might be a really big number, but we're going to use the same process to find our answer. So we'll do 718 hundreds times 2 thousands. So let's make things a little bit easier for us so we're not multiplying really big numbers together. We'll do 718 times 2 times 100 times 1,000. All right, so 718 times 2 will multiply our ones placed by 2. We get 16. Our tens placed by 2. 10 times 2 is 20. And then we'll multiply our hundreds placed by 2, and we get 14. We'll make sure all of our place values are in the right place. 1,400. We'll add those together. We have 6, 3. So we have 14, or 1,460, or 1,436, excuse me. And then we need to multiply by 100 times 1,000. We'll take 100, and we're just going to add 1, 2, 3 zeros onto the end. That'll make 100,000. And then we need to put it all together. So 1,436 times 100,000. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros we need to add. And we get 14, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that number there, I'll write it a little bit bigger here so we can see a little better. We have 143,600,000. All right, now let's try a word problem. So this is the Canadian side of Niagara Falls has a flow rate of 600,000 gallons per second. How many gallons of water flow over the falls in 1 minute? So I've gone ahead and I've circled my numbers, underlined our question, and I boxed in per second because that'll let us know that we need to multiply by the number of total seconds. So the first thing that we need to look at is we have per second up here, and then we have a minute down here. So how many seconds are in 1 minute? We have 60 seconds in 1 minute. So if 600,000 gallons flow over the falls per second, then we know that we need to multiply by 60 to find out how many gallons of water flow over in 1 minute. So we have 600,000 times 60. So let's break that up into some smaller numbers that will make it easier for us to multiply. We'll use our distributive property of multiplication, and we'll look at 600,000 as 6 times 100,000. 600,000 is 6 100,000s times, and then we can also use 6 here. And 60 is 6 tens. 6 times 10. Now we'll use our associative property of multiplication to change our order. So we can do a nice easy multiplication problem like 6 times 6. And then we'll multiply that by 100,000 times 10. 6 times 6 we know is 36. And we're multiplying by 100,000 times 10. We're multiplying by 10. We'll add a 0. It gives us 6 zeros altogether. A 1 followed by 6 zeros is 1 million. We're left with 36 times 1 million, or 36 millions. Our final answer will be 36 million. 36 followed by 6 zeros. Make sure that we label this gallons. All right, 36 million gallons. So that's how many gallons of water flow over the Canadian side of Niagara Falls in 1 minute. Well, that's it for Module 2, Lesson 1. This is Mr. Kissinger telling you to have a great day, and we will see you next time.